right. Okay, welcome to the first video of a series that we're going to be doing on finance, and we're talking with Pastor Eddie, who's my dad. And this is actually a video that we're putting together for a YouTube channel that Pastor Eddie's going to have that talks about faith, finances, fitness, and is there mainly for his kids and his grandkids, but we're making it public so everyone in the church and whoever else is interested in these practical teachings of life can jump on and listen. So Pastor Eddie's going to start. We're going to start with finance because we're kind of in a financial crisis. But in history, financial crises has been an opportunity, a place where many people have been able to take advantage of opportunity and grow their wealth during the times of depression. So Pastor Eddie has accumulated a lot of experience and wisdom and knowledge over the years, and is going to be sharing with us for the next 25 15-minute segments or something like that.
Yeah, I was asked by John to do 5 sessions of 15-minute tidbits on finances. And when I was thinking about it, I thought, oh, I've done a whole series of teaching on the book of Proverbs, and Proverbs has all these nuggets of wisdom from Solomon, who was the wealthiest man in the world of his time, and probably of all times. If we take the money that he had accumulated and the wealth and the buildings and the gold and silver and we convert it into today's money, he was probably wealthier than anybody in the world today. And he has 31 chapters that has been used by business people for generations. That was the basis of how they ran their business and how they handled their finances. So about 15 years ago, I just went through the book of Proverbs verse by verse by verse to look at what did it say about money. You know, I had heard the Bible is full of insights and wisdom in regards to money. Jesus spoke more about money than he did anything else. And I thought, well, Proverbs has a lot to speak about this whole area. So I did that, and just kind of just give you a little taste of what some of the practical tips. This is just more of the practical insights into finances that Proverb gives us. And I won't give references until later, but this just kind of gives you an overview. One principle is not guarantee another person's loan, and the second. There's several principles. The second principle is how do you leverage wealth in order to multiply wealth. And most people don't know how to do that. Most people work for wealth. Mm-hmm. They don't know how to utilize and leverage wealth. You know, and the Bible is really, really clear about that. So anyway, that's another area. And another principle is about slow gain over quick profits. Most of us want to make money overnight, and that's where people lose, you know, their homes and all the wealth that they have because they want to get rich quick. Another principle is to not live extravagantly, and in our society, more people are in debt because they just want to have more of the material things of this world. Another principle is building a career before you accumulate your assets. And lots of people want to just get rich so fast, they're not even thinking about establishing themselves for their lifetime. Mm-hmm. You know, what is a career field? How are they going to educate themselves to get there? Who's going to mentor them to help them? Another practical lesson is keeping a watchful eye over your investments. So in order to keep a watchful eye over your investment, you have to have investment. So that's where you've got to understand the principle of multiplying what you have. Mm-hmm. And then what is really interesting about the proverb is it's so wise in how it teaches us how to balance our human nature. And there's a part of us that's very greedy, that likes to hoard. Other part of us that when we don't have anything, we just feel like we're going to be in poverty the rest of our lives. You know, and so the balance between abundance and need in our lives is spoken to. And then the last major area is to understand where the place and the power of money is. Because when I first started ministry, I didn't care about money. You know, it mattered nothing to me. And I think basically we should have that kind of attitude, because we're not going to have it when we cross over the boundary of life and death and we get into heaven. You know, we're not going to have money. But in this lifetime, we need to understand the principles that guide the operation and the function and the multiplication of money. Mm-hmm. So those are just kind of basic things that I think that this is just looking at the practical tips on what the book of Proverbs says about money. There's other areas of how to have prosperity in money. You know, that's the whole principle of multiplying money, how to do that. And then there's a whole section on what kind of people can take these principles and see it in operation so that it works in their lives. So it speaks about godly character and a godly life. So that's another whole area. And then there's another section on how family and finances connect with each other, and we need to have that in proper balance. So that's kind of like a brief background on everything in the book of Proverbs. I think I must have spent a year studying the book of Proverbs, and then spent maybe like 6 weeks to 2 months actually teaching it in church. So any thoughts on that?
I mean, that's a lot of stuff, and I think when we jump into each section, I'm going to have a lot of questions and some input on each one, but I'm looking forward to hearing all of that. And it'd probably be good for him to write a book on this that everybody could just read through on their own, but I'm looking forward to it. It's good stuff.
Yeah, so I've been wanting to write a book on this for a while, so this will pray for me that I'll be able to put it all together and do it.
It's good that it's practical wisdom, character wisdom, and then how all of that intermingles with family. Because those are you look at people that have done the practical things well, and they get really rich doing it, and then you can have the wrong character and it messes up your life. But even if you have the right character and you don't have the family dynamic that's healthy, then when you pass away, that money can just mess up your family too. So having all of those 3 pillars of wisdom that surround finance is invaluable if someone can understand that at a young age, like me. Not young anymore, but all right. So that's our first video. It's the introduction to what's going to be covered, and every day we're going to do jump into one of these teachings. So the first one, which will be the next video, the first video will be on what topic?
Why not to guarantee somebody else's loan?
Why not to let other people borrow your money? Is that what it is?
Well, basically that, but there's some people that'll come and say, the bank has asked me to have somebody sign for this in case I can't pay it. Mm-hmm. You know, can you help me? You know, I have the money to pay it, but I just need, the bank doesn't trust me. You know, so what should you do in a case like that?
All right, so that's going to be the first lesson. Hope to see you then. God bless.
Bye.
Bye.